Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So this is going to be your weekly read from June 2nd through June 8th. So we are now officially into June. It feels so good. Flowers are blooming. It's amazing. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all your love and support. This channel would seriously not be what it is without each and every one of you. And to see it grow, to see these messages resonate, really truly fills my bucket up just as much. And so thank you guys so much for all your love and support. Now let's get started with the tarot here. Spirit, what messages do you have here coming into this week as we walk into June? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so walking into this week here, I see a little bit of conflict. There could be some family issues going on, basically some arguments. Some things are basically upset. There could be a disharmonious situation here, or even a potential of shattered values. But either way, it looks like something happened here where there's a bit of an argument or conflict going on. And between these two here, I absolutely see it connected with values. There is, pulling the Hierophant here, basically what you're facing is a judgment, a traditional value aspect, and a pull towards an inclination of group identification or conventional norms. You are not that person. And so I absolutely can understand this conflict here. You go by the beat of your own drum. You understand that you are gifted and you look at the world with a much more open mind. And the traditional values piece at this point is causing a point of contention between you and somebody that just basically doesn't quite see the world in the same light. But what Spirit is saying with the Knight of Pentacles is that basically now is the time to really be cautious, understand that you are trustworthy, you are kind, but you're also methodical and you're hardworking as well as resourceful and conservative. And so right now, basically, there may be this energy of conflict surrounding you because you do things differently and others see that and they want you to kind of follow a different path, a more conventional path that social norms embrace a little bit more. But what Spirit is saying is, go your own way, be you, keep going, because following your heart, following who you are, valuing who you are, and standing in your power really is what's going to bring you to that financial stability that you're working for. Every step that you take is absolutely going to pay off. Do not sell yourself short, but also to recognize that there is this energy around. So now is the time kind of to be cautious of that. Now, astrologically, coming into this week, it's really quite sweet. With basically Mercury which is in Taurus, is sextile with Neptune, which is in Pisces. And so this is a time where you have a keen intuition. And more importantly, you have a refined mental sensation. And so you've got realistic plans, but high hopes and high beliefs. And you value them and you're not afraid to stand in them. And that is really what Spirit is saying. Hey, hold on to that. Do remember that. And on the 3rd, the moon is going to be moving into Taurus. And so that does bring a focus into the family, into the home, the need to preserve and increase money and stability and financial gain. And that's what Spirit basically is saying is that's what you should focus on at this point. Keep your eye on the prize, keep moving towards, what you're building, and don't get distracted because you absolutely will have those distractions come in. But either way, this is where you are. You are at a new start and there is an unlimited potential. And more importantly, there's an innocence about you. There's a spirit of adventure. And so that's where Spirit is saying that through this journey, don't let the traditional norms, the pull towards group identification, sway you away from your path or distract you at this time. And with the Queen of Swords, basically, what Spirit is saying here is now is the time to be perceptive, and to stand in your strong character, remember your confidence, and remember, more importantly, that you are indomitable and you're highly principled. At this point, though, now is the time where Spirit is really urging you, go your own way. The independence that you seek, the financial freedom that you seek, is really going to be met through your hard work. And more importantly, is truly the way towards success with the Nine of Pentacles here. Also, too, now is the time where you are one step away from enjoying the fruits of your labor. And again, I mean, there's several cards here that talk about confidence. Through your self-discipline, through your independence, that's where you'll find that inner peace, not through following the social norms of expectation. And what Spirit is also saying here is, this expectation may be causing you anxiety, may be causing you a bit of panic or nightmares or insomnia at this time. And it's truly due to because you're afraid of that failure. You're haunted by that loss. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comment below. That way we can help raise you up and help reassure you. You absolutely are on the right path, and we support you here. You will not fall. You will not fail. At this time, this is your journey, and taking that leap of faith is really what's important. Don't lose that faith and don't lose your step. Now, also too, with the 4th here, Mercury is going to be conjunct with Jupiter, and both happen to be in Gemini. And so now is the time where you'll also be getting some help from the stars. This is a conjunction that lends itself towards travel, towards adventure, learning, whether it be a new course of study, but either way, there's this teaching and writing and learning aspect. And also publishing and advertising, selling yourself, putting yourself out there, letting your gifts be seen. As a side note too, it also is a favorable conjunction for legal affairs or contracts and negotiations. And so now is a time really where you'll have that emotional intelligence and that sound mind to really help you through that if you are dealing with anything like that. Now, with the 7 of Swords here, again, what I see here is that Spirit is urging you, now is the time to stray from the norm, if you will. And also to watch this expectation, because what I see here is that there is potential deception that you're going to be encountered with. And it also to alter your motives. But either way, what's going on here is, there could be a feeling or some people, some haters, if you will, or people that are kind of envious about what you're doing with this new start. Especially when it comes to family. There could be family members that really are not necessarily happy for you. They don't want to see you succeed in a lot of ways. And what I also see here too is that they kind of will be showing themselves here this week. And so if you have had a big celebration and you've shared with people, that'll kind of become clear to you as to who really truly supports you in what you're building and what you're doing. But just kind of keep note that those people will absolutely show themselves. They absolutely may have some ulterior motives, unfortunately, but there is kind of a scheme here to leave you isolated or to make you feel outcast, and to misrepresent you or betray you, and possibly even be dishonest about you. Now, with the 2 of Cups in reverse as well, what really the goal for them is to leave you unbalanced. But what Spirit is saying is that this truly is a disharmony in that relationship, unfortunately. There's distrust, there's conflict, and it's tense. But the main thing to keep in mind with the 2 of Cups in reverse is that this is a temporary conflict. And so I do have faith that you'll be able to work through this. Now, on the 5th, the moon is also going to be moving to Gemini. So there's a lot of air in here, or air in the atmosphere. But basically, with the moon in Gemini, it tends to lend itself towards being very curious, very responsive. And so just kind of watch your words. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful of what you ask for. And so, the truth is the truth. It's always important to stand in that. But also to recognize that unfortunately sometimes the truth does hurt. So it may not be something you want to hear or you want to find out. But with the moon in Gemini, it's all about the mind. It's all about contacts and relationships in the way of health and wealth and art and learning. And so now is the time to really work through it by connecting through those avenues, connecting through the mind. And with the 5 of Swords, what you may see and feel here is that or find out is that there is some misrepresentation. And the intent was humiliation, unfortunately. And what I see in this is that it's a pointless victory, and it's due to basically selfish reasons. It's envy, it's greed. What I see here in this as well is that whatever is the potential of the plan, I guess, is it's not going to affect you. I mean, this is what they're thinking of and what they're spending all their energy on. This is you. You're standing in your power as the Empress. So don't worry about it. It'll work through its way. Stay in your compassion. And remember, more importantly, that you're on a beautiful journey. You may have people that don't support you, but either way, paying attention to that, looking back at that and having that be your focus is going to absolutely distract you and stray you away from your path. And so what Spirit is saying basically with the Empress is remember your fertility. And that's why the focus is important for what you manifest and how you manifest and what energy you're standing in. But remember, you are standing in your beauty. Inside and out, you shine. The gifts that you bring to this world are truly meant to share, meant to lift people up. You're teaching people ways of love through creativity, through the laws of nature and manifestation. And more importantly, you're resourceful. You know, what you touch turns to material wealth. And there's a success and pleasure in what you create. And so to stay in that energy, to remember why you're here, what you were meant to do, what your purpose is, and what you're building is truly what's going to see you through this. And like I say, it's going to be a point where you're going to have to stand your ground. And really, more importantly, stand for the victory that you want to see. Stand for the conquest that you're currently working towards building. And more importantly, stepping into that leadership role. With the Ace of Swords, you know, this is a new challenge, basically. And I think in a lot of ways in the past, you haven't felt the power to stand up for yourself. You've let these types of things go on. And more importantly, I think in a lot of ways, these people don't know that you realize what's going on, unfortunately. They don't even give you that much credit. What Spirit is saying here is, no, you hold the power. You're also highly intelligent. And these are big decisions that you're making. And you've got the courage. You've got the courage to lead towards prosperity and success with this new start. And so now is the time to keep focus, keep that stamina, keep that indomitable nature about you, because at this point, basically you're succeeding and some people may not be happy for you on that. And unfortunately, this is the week where it may be disappointing to realize that or to learn that. Now, with the Seven of Cups too, you know, I do also see temptations on the wing here for you. You've got various choices, you've got options. And so in some ways, that's a good thing. It'll allow you to flow and it'll allow you to be strategic and work through time and timings to be as efficient as possible. But either way, you hold the power. The one thing here as well with the Seven of Cups is to really stand in that creativity and remain grounded in your goal. And so sometimes too many options can be a bad thing, but in this case here, it is going to be working in your favor. Now with the Six of Cups, like I say, I think the main thing that this conflict may bring up for you is just basically memories of the past, memories of childhood and what influenced you in the past, and more importantly, a reflection of how you've let the past influence your present. And so the Six of Cups basically is saying to be gentle with yourself, to remember who you are, how far you've come, and more importantly, to remember that you are looked after. You are not alone. We are here with you every step of the way. And Spirit is basically watching you, lifting you up and supporting you through those simple pleasures in life. You know, the best things in life are free, as I like to say, and it really does bring the clarity for me at least, in the way of just reminding myself of like needs versus must-haves versus wants, you know, and truly, you know, what will make me happy, you know, just as an example, like I'm the type of woman where if you give me a private spot to nature or in nature where I can, you know, take a little dip in the lake or in the river and not have to worry about Anyone seeing whether I'm wearing a birthday suit or a swimsuit? But just to share those moments and connect with nature, I am happy as a lark. Now, do I need to spend $3,000 going to the most beautiful beach in the world to do that? That's, surrounded by 300,000 people. I'm being over exaggerative. My answer is no. But remaining grounded in those pieces, not being tempted by all that glitters, because all that glitters is never gold. But what Spirit's saying here basically is through these options here, just to kind of watch the mental imprisonment of it, to feel bound or constrained by different types of pieces of it, like fears, anxieties, ostracism, especially with this conflict going on, or more importantly, to, that feeling of powerlessness by feeling that captive constraint. Remember that really with the Seven of Cups, Spirit's reminding you, hey, that might have been the past. However, you have options, and it's up to you to choose which one to go. You have that power. You form that piece in your life. And like I say, with the Gemini moon, it's all about the mind. You will get help with clarity if things have been feeling just kind of clouded, I guess, if you will, or murky is maybe a better word. Now, the moon is also going to be conjunct with Jupiter on the 5th, which is in Gemini. Again, everything's Gemini. So I did want to point this out because this is absolutely beautiful. So there's a conjunction with Jupiter, which is in Gemini, and then there's also a conjunction with Mercury, which is in Gemini, and the moon is in Gemini. And so the Jupiter conjunction, that basically leads itself to a potential of significant financial gains. And so with this Fool's Journey, Spirit is reminding you, like, hey, this is a huge business opportunity. Do not sell yourself short, and don't let people think that it isn't. And that's, again, where, like, you may find, because it's not the normal 9 to 5. Maybe you're building an entrepreneurial business right now, purchasing a new home, relocating, things like that, like where it's like people may not be happy to see you succeed or to see prosperity come in your favor. But really, there is a huge amount of help with Jupiter right now in that moon conjunction. And it's a huge potential. And it depends on you of what you make of it. Now, with the King of Wands, what Spirit is saying in regards to that is, remember your leadership. Remember that you are wise. You are charismatic. And also, too, you're honest, you're efficient, and you've got passion and inspiration as well as creativity. And so just remember your power in this. Don't let people sway you to doing things the way they want you to do them. Going your own way, teaching people your way, being transparent about how you're doing things so that maybe it starts to make a little bit more sense to them, whether it be through words or through action, is really what's going to help. And also, too, it will ultimately end up inspiring others. And with the King of Cups, really what is inspiring most is your emotional management, your emotional intelligence. The fact that through all of this, like philanthropy and through your leadership, you lead. What I see in the King of Cups is a lot of servant leadership. It's compassionate, it's generous. It builds people up to the best that they can be, especially through like social skills or through creative skills. However, it's also a reminder that it can be lonely at the top. And so, remember those work relationships, but also to remember the balance of those personal relationships too. Now, with Mercury's conjunction, this is also amazing because it's like all preparation for business leads to success with this. And being ruled by Mercury, as well as Gemini being ruled by Mercury, this is a time where everything that you've envisioned, everything that you've wanted to do as your best and highest self in life, those high goals basically can be seen in practical action to bring them into fruition. And so you're getting a lot of help this week from the stars with this conjunction that'll really lead you to success in your career. And with that new moon, since it's in Gemini, it really is going to be all about the emotions, the relationship, the harmony of those, and the balance of those relationships. And so now is the time really where you'll have that focus and you'll have the emotional and mental clarity, or emotional intelligence and mental clarity, to really see things through. Now, on the 7th, the moon is going to be moving into Cancer after this new moon. And so new moons are always wonderful in the way where they're rejuvenating. And with the moon moving into Cancer, it'll bring that new soul energy to you, that reinvigoration. And on the 8th, as we close out this week, Mars is going to be in Taurus. And so again, this is like a huge career week. With Mars being in Taurus, basically it gives you a little bit of boost for commercial drive. And so again, if anyone is, working at Philanthropy, starting a business, working on their side hustle, whether it be through, community engagements, through, small business, through large business, I don't know. But either way, now is the time really where that commercial drive will help you with pursuit. It'll give you that determination, that patience, as well as that generosity, to lift people up in success just as much as you gain. And so it's basically about finding those win-win solutions where, if you benefit and he benefits and she benefits, we all benefit together. And because of it, we work harder, we own it, and more importantly, we all rise together. And so, as I like to say, it's like when you build people up to be the best they can do, to be the best they can be so that they are set up for success, it's amazing what great things can happen. And this is the week where it's all about that potential, especially, like I say, in areas of philanthropy. And we pulled the Page of Cups. This is the time where really, this is a new endeavor for you. It's a new career path. But more importantly, what I see is it's kind of like an aspiration. This is something that you've always dreamed of, and it utilizes your imagination, your creativity, and your artistic, poetic aspects. Spirit's also saying here that now is the time really to trust yourself, trust that intuitive nature about you, and that emotional empathy and sensitivity that you hold for others. Because right now, what we've got is inspiring news. And with the Death card, I know death always looks like, oh no, but really what this is basically a liberation. It's a rebirth, it's a transformation, and it's a start of a new phase where you are basically walking into a whole new career path, and it's one that's meant for you. It's one that really, truly you've known and felt has been your purpose, but haven't quite gotten there yet. And so if that resonates, by all means, share your story in the comments below. That really can help you lift you up, because really at this point, we're here to support you, and we're here with you every step of the way. Now, I do want to also point out too, the moon, which is when it's in Cancer, is going to be trine with with Saturn, which is in Pisces. And so really, again, this is another time where it's an excellent time for business. It's an excellent time for finances. You're mentally strong and you're emotionally in control. And so now is the time, if you've got big negotiations on the table, now is the time to really conquer them, to really work through them one step at a way, because you'll have that clarity, you'll have that passion, and you'll have the energy to take on even the hardest of tasks. And really with the Queen of Wands, what Spirit is saying here too is, now is the time really truly where you will be, if anyone has been struggling with self-confidence, that's not going to be the case. Victory is yours. And it's through approaching this with your optimism. And to remember that, you are strong-willed and down to earth. And so to have that visionary mind, as well as the grounding of practical action, you absolutely are aligned to make this a success. Now, just as a cautionary with the Ten of Wands, this is not about trying harder. This is not about overload or working harder or feeling an excessive pressure or responsibility with something new. This is about basically going with the flow, attuning to a balance of harmony through your healing, through your creativity, through your art. That really truly is going to be achieving that fusion of balance. And so if you are struggling or feeling at any point where it's like, I am overloaded, now is the time really to utilize those skills, the same ones that you want to teach. Hold those to your temple as well, to your body. And so get out in nature, use that time to really meditate, especially with the clear mind. And if there are any problems that you face, you'll really find clarity during those times. And Spirit will be there to guide you every step of the way. Now, Spirit, what are some additional messages here for us as we close out this week? Thank you. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it. My cute kitten is asleep on the couch, and he's sleeping very soundly. He's snoring a little bit. Okay, so what we pulled is the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. And so basically what this is saying is you are being seen through your artistic talents, through this new start. You absolutely are being recognized for your meaningful work, and you absolutely will be seeing monetary rewards from it. It's going to be a collaboration that's going to be coming your way, teamwork, and it's going to be through communication that you'll be able to utilize with bringing this into fruition. But basically, utilizing your skills, utilizing your knowledge that you've learned along the way, and more importantly, using that creativity. That's really what's going to build this, and it's a beautiful opportunity. And this is coming after, like I say, after misfortune. And again, the jealousy card comes out, and the treachery and backstabbing. But basically, what this is saying is this is going to be a bright horizon. The Ten of Swords was your past, and it currently potentially is a familial situation here. But what Spirit wants to remind you here is by going your own way, by leaving the nest, standing more importantly into your higher calling, and standing firm in your faith and in your connection with what you truly love and want to do, that's your bright horizon. Release whatever this is. Don't even pay attention to it. Have no worry. It's not going to work anyway. And more importantly, that's their energy. But either way, more importantly, remember, you're moving to bright horizons, and you are standing as the Queen of Pentacles. This is the time to be a go-getter, to use that resourcefulness and that pragmatic nature about you. But more importantly, remember that now is the time where I see a lot of good business, wealth, and health and generosity coming your way. And it's through that charitable aspects, opportunities that you're going to be building through this collaboration. But like I say, it will turn out to be very prosperous for you. So whatever you're working on, by all means, if you feel comfortable, share your story, because this is absolutely beautiful. I'm sorry you're having to deal with this, but what you're doing is absolutely wonderful, and it's going to help so many people. Now, I do want to pull some animal spirit totems, see what kind of energy we can help embody and learn from with our spirit animal ancestors here. So Spirit, help us with what kind of energy can we lean on during this time. Thank you. Beautiful. So we pulled the butterfly, and I don't know about you, but I've been seeing so many monarchs lately. It's cool. But basically the butterfly signifies rebirth. Basically it says you can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. So like I say, every bit of what this conflict has been trying to do, or every bit of the pull towards social and conventional norms that you're facing, by standing firm in your beliefs and your faith and in what you're building and going your own way, that truly is the brilliance that you have to share with the world, to open minds and open hearts and open eyes. But really, truly, this only reaffirms. This actually, truly, what was meant to basically break you down is going to help you fly. So it's whether you see it now or not, by all means, let us know. But either way, what I see in this is that really, you've come out of the cocoon, You're waiting for your wings to dry, and you're ready to take flight. Now, I do also want to pull some Cosmo Oracle cards here, see what kind of messages we can get from the stars. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Okay. So, that's kind of funny. Stop caring about what they think. This is your life to love and live. And so, like I say, this is another thing with remembering how beautiful you are as that butterfly. And more importantly, not letting anyone dim your light because of what they want you to be instead or how they see you. And then also, too, give yourself some credit. You're doing a good job at this whole living thing. And like I say, it is not easy to stand in your power, to stand reaffirmed when you're basically being told that what you're doing or basically what you're doing is wrong. To basically instead remember how far you've come, and more importantly, how much what you do fills your bucket and also helps so many others in finding those win-win solutions. That's you. You're surrounded by this garden that you've grown, that seeds that you've sown with love. This is not that. Believing in yourself, and I will say too, this will only reaffirm that believing in yourself is really what's meant to be, is really what's going to lead you to that prosperity. And then too, just in case, especially with the overload aspect of it, make time to play, have fun, and be free. A lot of times when we're faced with a situation where we can't solve it or a problem that we just can't get necessarily past, a lot of times, releasing it, going out, stepping outside of the issue and clearing your mind, getting into nature, and more importantly, just clearing your energy. A lot of that subconscious work helps, where it's like that's where a lot of the solutions end up coming to you in the most random types of side tangent situation or squirrel moments. So make sure to take time to play. A lot of the solutions will come to you at that time. And then what I see here is with the tavern. So I do see a lot of potential merriment ahead for you, especially with celebrating the success of this new journey. And more importantly, you're blazing a trail. You've got heat behind you with this. And more importantly, you've got pristine waters and renewal as well. And so what I see in this in a lot of ways is like you're burning the old down. In a lot of ways, there may be some relationships that you're letting burn. And more importantly, you're cleansing yourself, your future, with the pristine waters of renewal. And so that's beautiful. If that resonates, by all means, let us know. Put a heart in the comments below, or even like, share, subscribe. That way we can help get this message out to other Virgos as well. Now, I do just want to take a peek at the Major Arcana. For anyone that practices music therapy, this is a really wonderful way to get your chakras flowing again, get things realigned in case there's any blockages. And then as a reminder too, make sure to drink plenty of water, or even, engage in some salt baths too, to help cleanse, help rejuvenate, and help replenish. A lot of cards on the table. Okay. All right. So what we have here is the C sharp, the F sharp, the E, the G, and the G sharp. So if any of those, try playing around with those chord progressions, either with some meditative improv, or even music-wise too, and see what that helps with realigning here. I do see some aspects with even the heart chakra, even the sacral chakra here, and your third eye chakra here. So let me know if that helps. And then, like I say too, if this resonates, by all means, please like, share, subscribe. All of your support truly means the world towards lifting this channel up and building it. That way we can build it together. And so I hope this helps. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading. Love and light.